Crypto Housewife here. Hope you guys are having a really good night tonight. Today is March 12th, 2022. And today I'd like to talk about Grayscale. Now, Grayscale, let's have a look at this. So, the world's biggest Bitcoin trust seems to be available for purchase. Whether this might be a price scam. Okay, so catchy headline for sure. And so Grayscale has quite a few crypto-related funds, trusts, actually, and you can trade these on the stock market. So, of course, this is a crypto angle, my channel being pretty much crypto and some stock news. This fits right in. So let's just get right into it. I'll read a little bit for you. So for institutional investment managers, GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, has become a popular option to get into crypto. So get into crypto by buying this stock on the stock market. So Ark Investment, owned by Cathie Wood, holds 7.9 million units of GBTC. So next generation internet ETF, Ark W, which is worth around $200 million. So digital currency group Grayscale's parent firm has authorized $250 million in share repurchases across its 9 publicly traded trusts. Now, I did a bit of digging and I didn't find the 9 that they're talking about. I found a few of them, but not the total 9. So we'll get into that in a minute. So the trust traded at a 29% discount to its NAV of $34.84 per share on Monday's closing price at $24.67. So anything trading at 70 cents on the dollar is closed-end funds, could appear too good to pass up. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is currently offering such a deal to investors. However, in this scenario, a reduction may not be worth the cost. So this is interesting. So what's going on? In other words, the price is cheap. So why would a company want to buy back their own, I'm going to just call it stock, okay? Because this happens frequently, and a lot of it's going on right now. If you Google companies that are buying back their stock in April 2022, you're going to see that other companies are doing it too. So Ark Investment, owned by Cathie Wood, holds 7.9 million units of Grayscale Bitcoin Cash, Grayscale Bitcoin, with over 700,000 investors and 24 billion in assets. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the world's largest publicly traded Bitcoin fund. It's a private placement trust that trades over the counter like a stock. It's also one of the few options for investors in publicly listed stocks to get direct exposure to Bitcoin rather than through futures contracts, which is how exchange traded funds like ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETFs get their exposure to Bitcoin. So just note that, if you bought this stock, you don't actually own Bitcoin, just, you know what I mean? So, but you can still buy in if you want to, play the ups and downs with Bitcoin, try to get in at the low, out at the high, that kind of thing. A lot of traders do that. This is nothing new. It's kind of like swing trading because Bitcoin is volatile, and so are these ETFs. And also there are people who are going to get in to hold long, like years. So none of this financial advice. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell. So let's see. For institutional investment managers, Grayscale Bitcoin has become a popular option to get into crypto. Ark Investment, owned by Cathie Wood, holds 7.9 million units. Okay, which is worth around $200 million. Okay. According to the regulatory papers collected by Blockworks, Morgan Stanley owned more than 13 million shares of GBTC, and by the end of 2021, and Morgan Stanley's stake is worth about $320 million at recent prices. So GBTC is currently trading at a significant discount to the value of its underlying Bitcoin assets, or net asset value. The trust traded at a 29% discount. This is what I was mentioning before. So let's see. So Grayscale might close the discount if regulators allow the trust to be converted into an ETF. Interesting. So Grayscale has been attempting to persuade the Securities and Exchange Commission to allow such a conversion for some years. And you heard me talk about this. There are no spot Bitcoin ETFs in the United States yet. You can get them in Canada, but not in the States yet. So I can see where this could be going. So, okay. So that's in the works, So let's see. So it's not a top priority in the SEC's list of things to do. Now, okay, let's look a little bit about stock buybacks. So what we were talking about here, again, they might buy back some of these GBTCs. So they might do a buyback. Now, why? Why would a company buy this back? Why do they do that? Well, there's a few reasons. Let's see. We'll get to the one I think is going back. So here, key takeaways. So a stock buyback occurs when a company buys back its shares from the marketplace. And that's what they plan on doing. The effect of the buyback is to reduce the number of outstanding shares on the market, which increases the ownership stake of the stakeholders. A company might buy back shares because it believes the market has discounted its shares too steeply to invest in itself or to improve its financial ratios. So I'm thinking, I don't know for sure, this is what they're up to. They think the price is just stupid low, so it's going to buy some of it. Not a crime. Yeah, they're going to do it. So not surprised. So to invest in itself. So they're getting a deal on these shares. Let's call them shares. So that's what I think what they're up to. As we know, everything's kind of down in crypto. Everything's kind of down in everything, really. So here's the day chart of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And let's just go over the monthly for a second. Reset my chart here. Okay, so my chart goes back for this to May or June 2015. Okay, then it creeps up, pulls in, runs up, and here we are. So this is the monthly. And we will go with the day chart. Reset chart. Okay, day chart. So yeah, we're choppy. We're going up and down, and yeah, they're seeing that it's holding support really well. I'm not surprised they're going to do a buy-in now that I'm really looking at this, because look, it's having trouble breaking below this. So we have some support here, and it could go lower. Believe me, anything's possible in this market. But I think that's what they're looking at. They're like, okay, we've attempted to break through the bottom a few times, did not work, so let's ape in. Not financial advice, but I think that's what's going on in their head. So they're going to do a buyback of this plus 8 others by that company. So the 8 others are a mystery to me. I figured out a few of them because it just was easy to find out. So here we go. Digital Currency Group authorized $250,000 buyback for its Grayscale Trust. It's a mouthful. So here's a few of them. Okay, the plan includes $30 million worth of Grayscale Litecoin Trust. Grayscale Litecoin Trust. So that is LTCN. Now that's priced real cheap. Let's eyeball that. Reset my chart, day chart again. Oh, I couldn't believe how low this is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're at $5.82. So it dumped pretty hard. And not that long ago, it really went down. So it was up over $26 here in November 2021. This, 4 or 5 months ago, and went down $6. So yeah, again, holding, seems to be having trouble breaking below this level right here. So they're buying back. Makes sense. So let's look at the monthly like we did with the other one. Reset my chart real quick. Okay, here we go. My goodness. Litecoin, oh my god, this thing went up to $500. Woo, now it's down to 5. I was looking backwards, that was 100x. So yeah, well, okay, I'm not saying nothing, and this is not financial advice, nothing. I'm just looking at this to see what these guys are up to. They're going to buy back. Okay. Okay, so we know that Grayscale Bitcoin, Litecoin, Grayscale Horizen Trust. I'm going to buy some of that back. Grayscale Zcash Trust, and up to 200 million in any of its other 6 publicly traded products, including Bitcoin Trust. Okay. All right. So that's all I found. So I'd like to know the rest. I'd like to know if Bitcoin Cash is going to be bought back. Okay. We'll see if it's here. Grayscale Litecoin. No, nothing. They're just repeating what everybody else is saying. They're not putting them all in. So digital currency groups, so those are the ones, like I was saying, are tied to Grayscale. And what I did from here, I went to the letter G and hit Grayscale to see all of their investments. So where did I find that? Grayscale products, that right here. So here's all of their products. And as we can see, Bitcoin Trust is right here. And then we saw they had their Litecoin down here. And I remember they said something about Zcash. I think Horizen Trust. That's 4 of them. So there will be 9 of these ones that they buy back. 9. I gotta say, I do own some of the Grayscale Bitcoin Cash Trust. I have a handful of that. And I got it in around $5. So I'm kind of, but I'm holding long. So I'm wondering if they're going to buy back that one. At least in my mind, they'll be like, okay, they see it as a deal. Okay, good. Then they're investing in themselves if they do. So that's my angle on this one. So I'm bullish on this, but I have no, reason why it should go up at this point. Everything's down. There's wars. There's everything. So yeah, they're going back. They're going to go shopping. They're going to buy back their own stuff. Well, good for you guys. But yeah, and I think that's about all I have for these guys. So something to look at. I mean, there's other ways to invest into crypto other than buying crypto on, the exchanges. Like I've been saying this for a long time, Wall Street loves Bitcoin. And as more and more time goes by, we're going to see more and more ways to buy crypto in the stock market. And then guess what happens then? There's less crypto out there because big hedge funds get in, they snatch it up, and they tend, I don't really know if they're buying shit coins. I don't think so, but you never know. They do tend to go for the layer ones and the things that are solid, the things with a history, basically, like when I was showing you that list over here, Ethereum, Litecoin. A lot of people don't like Litecoin, but let me tell you, Litecoin's been around and it ain't going anywhere. So it's sticking around, and they have Bitcoin and Zcash. I remember that one. Stellar, Solana, LivePeer, Horizen, Filecoin, Ethereum Classic Trust. I had, oh my goodness, here's a story for you. When I was just learning to trade crypto, and I remember this vividly. Okay, well, look, I won't go back. Just trust me, I forget which month it was, but this happened in 2021, about spring, summer. So I was just getting my feet wet with crypto, and I bought some Grayscale Ethereum Classic Trust, and I paid at that time too much for it. I paid $20, $20 a share, and it dumped to about $10. And I was like, oh. But I was holding long because I know how crypto goes. I was like holding, and then next thing I know, it's going back to 20, and I'm like, oh, should I get out? And I'm like, no, I'm not getting out. I'm gonna, diamond hand this thing. And so I held it, and we're not talking big amounts here. Just let's get that right off the table right now. I dabble. So next thing you know, it's like $22, $23, and it hit like $30. So I bought in at 20, and now it's up 30, and so we got out 50% profit. And within days, that thing burst to $100. $100. Incredible. Well, you saw what happened with Litecoin, how it plunged down it went from like, say, $5, $6 up to 500 and then back down to 5. stuff happens in this market. So that's why I keep my eye on it. I don't just want to look at crypto. I also want to look at the stock market, crypto, especially crypto stocks. They hold my interest, and none of this is financial advice. Don't, like I said, I've lost money, I've made money. So don't follow me into anything. I just love talking about it. And I'm so happy you guys listen to me, because I need an audience too. I love talking about this stuff, sharing what I know with you. Hope it helps you guys. It helps me, makes my knowledge base broader, and I just love it. So yeah, that's my Ethereum Classic Trust story. I made money out of it, and you know what? When it went from, so I sold out at $30, then boom, it goes up to 100. You know what? I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel FOMO. And I remember telling my husband, I was like, funny thing, I don't feel bad about that. I said, it's kind of like gold panning, prospecting. I know how to pan for gold in a river. If there's a river and there's gold in it, I can find it. I was taught by an old prospector friend of mine who passed away, Bob, a number of years ago, and he really taught me how to pan for gold. And when you're panning for gold, look for gold in a river. There are spots that have nothing, and then there are there's pay dirt where there's gold. They call that, like a pay streak, pay dirt. And once you get into a spot where there's gold, suddenly there's signs that there's more gold, or gold can be there. And when I hit this one and I saw it go up to 100, even though I wasn't in it, I said, whoops, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to the mother lode now. I just felt it. And from that point on, I just love crypto. I was like, wow. Once I just have this belief, once I start really narrowing my focus, I may be able to find that mother lode. And it, when you're looking for gold in a river, boy, you do a lot of digging, your back hurts, you do a lot of thinking, you watch the river, you watch for patterns, you watch for boulders. Gold is heavy. Gold is gonna go in certain places and not go in other places. There's a flow to it. It has a pattern. And crypto, this month I've been into crypto for 1 year. I started learning blockchain in March 2021. Gary Gensler's MIT course, you can see it. You can find that on YouTube. It's a huge course. And I just took a week off from work and did nothing but watch these videos, his videos mainly on, blockchain, and trying to get a grip of this. And then by the time I got into this Ethereum Classic one, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then boom, it just shot up, and I was out before, like I said. But I said, geez, I feel like I'm getting into a gold bearing zone. I feel like, oh my gosh, there's something to this. So that's my angle on all this stuff. My crypto housewife angle here. Another one of my little stories, but yeah, that's why I love cryptocurrency so much. And you just never know. It's exciting. You can lose money, you can make money. I don't know. But I know one thing, I'm hooked, and it's like, gold fever, or getting the gold bug. It's like the crypto bug, crypto fever, and I got it. Boy, do I have it, and I love it, and I just hope this is here to stay. And it sure does seem to be. Like I said, all this stuff is Wall Street. Wall Street loves Bitcoin, and it likes the layer ones. It likes the hefty guys who are solid, who've been around for a while, and then it also likes some of the slightly newer players in the game. So I'm keeping an eye on them, trying to keep an eye on all of it. So please subscribe to my channel. If you guys like this stuff as much as I do, please come back, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, throw a like, even share my videos on Twitter. I appreciate all of it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.